That happy, glowing feeling, that cozy state of bliss, that feeling of euphoria that very soon you'll miss, that little bit of happiness will at some point be past. So pay attention to it and enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy it while it lasts. That little bit of happiness will at some point be past. Enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy it while it lasts. Pay attention to it and enjoy it while it lasts. Whatto, folks, Thomas Benjamin Wild Esquire here with song number 15 of my Song a Week project. Now, I cheated a little bit this week because this song is actually going to be featured on my new album, which is coming out around September, October time. And the reason that I did this was because the song I'd actually planned to do didn't really make sense given the current weather we're having in the UK. I wrote it as a reaction to the rain that came a couple of weeks ago, about a week or so ago, particularly when we were driving up to Wales for a show. And for the past week, we've had blazing summer weather. So it felt a little bit inappropriate to play it. I will share it. That is the one I'm going to be doing next week regardless, because it is about disappointing summers. But it didn't feel particularly appropriate this week. So I decided to do this one instead, which I wrote last year. So it's a little bit of a cheat. Because I was trying... It sounds like an incredibly negative song, this song. But actually, it comes from a positive place of that. Try and enjoy those kind of moments where things feel good, because they don't tend to last. And quite often, when you're having a down moment, you wish that you enjoyed the moments where things were up, where things were good, a lot more. So it's a song about that. It's about a song about enjoying those little moments of joy that you have while they last. But it does sound like a rather bleak song. Now, as I say, this song is actually going to be included on my next album, and will feature guitar by Charlie Luscombe and some accordion by Tom Carradine. This was just the version that I played guitar and bass on, the ukulele as well. And I also played on my Duke 10 banjolele, as I've played on lots of other videos before. It's a lovely instrument. If you're interested in getting hold of one of these, there is actually a discount available for people through my social media. Follow the link in the description to get, I believe it's $20 off of your order and free shipping. So I'm rather overwhelmed with the response to last week's video. It's done pretty well on the old socials. It is actually quite nice to know that people are relating to the lyrics that I'm writing. It's quite cathartic to write those songs, and it's always nice to know that I'm not the only one. So thank you very much for the comments. And off the back of that, I decided to add a couple more verses to it, and actually to include it on the new album as well. If you are interested in hearing the full version of last week's song, or a demo of last week's song, and a full version of this week's song, then if you join my Patreon community, they've already got them. They've already got them as MP3 downloads, demo tracks, obviously not the final versions of them, but you can actually hear the full things through. So as I say, rather overwhelmed last week. I think it's hit nearly 2 million on TikTok now, which is quite good. It's the kind of thing that you want to happen. But I was a little bit kind of on the back foot after that, because then I thought, actually, I've got to take advantage of this and actually write some more verses for it and record it properly. I've not recorded it properly yet, but I have got a demo version of it. And if you're interested in seeing the first ever live performance of it, I will be performing it at my Sheffield show on the 7th of July. So in a couple of weeks' time, I'll be playing a full version of My Brain Won't Shut the Fuck Up for the first time. As I say, I wrote the rest of the lyrics last week in a bit of a hurry, but I think I've done quite well with it. There's been lots of comments this week, and I haven't been able to sift through them all, unfortunately. So I'm gonna read out a few of the lovely comments. So Staying Alive 2018 says, "Hooray! I have the same problem." Rosecake1, relatable, love the song, keep up the music, thank you very much. Matthew Becker says, love to see a full version. You will see a full version of this. I'm going to try and get a video at the Sheffield show as well, so I can actually put a video up of the full song too. So just keep an eye out for that. So James Wright 4322 says, Thomas, I relate. Looking at your phone is one of the worst things you can do when trying to sleep. It really is, because it kind of just it sends you over again, and you start thinking about other things. And there are actually 3 questions on this one. Have you tried ASMR? It's weird, but it works for me sometimes. Absolutely love a little bit of ASMR. Chucking some headphones on and just listening to people whisper and speaking soft voices. That's one of the ways I do actually unwind, even during the day, to be honest with that. So question number 2, you answered my question about BB-8, but I'm wondering what is to BB-8's left in the pot? Oh, it's just a cactus. So that thing there is just a cactus. It's a fluffy cactus. And number 3, underneath BB-8 and the odd thing in the pot is that sick bumblebee having a lie down. It's not a sick bumblebee. This is actually our friend Nick, who works in tech. It looks exactly like him. His team turned him into their mascot and had a bunch of Nick bees created. So this is Nick Bee. It says Perforce on the front of it. I'm assuming that's the company that he works for. But yes, to answer your question about that, it's not a sick bee, it's a Nick Bee. And lots of other people just sharing their stories about anxiety and ADHD and that kind of thing. I'm glad people can relate to this. It's really nice to know that it has struck a chord. So if you're interested in hearing full-length versions of these songs before everybody else, or actually getting MP3 downloads of them, but also joining in with exclusive Zoom meetups, live streams from gigs and that kind of thing, come and join my Patreon community. For as little as $3, £2.50 a month, you can have access to all kinds of exclusive things like that. I've put the link in the description below so you can find out how to go about doing that. A little reminder about the shows I've got coming up over the next month. On the 7th of July, I'll be in Sheffield at the Dorothy Pax with the wonderful Mr. Chris Taverner, where I will be playing for the first time a couple of new songs, actually. One of them being My Brain Won't Shut the Fuck Up, the full version of that, heard live for the first time. It'd be lovely to see you there. I think we've sold over half the tickets for that, so get onto that quickly. Details of all shows can be found in the description below. And then on the 20th of July, I'll be at Bedfringe in Bedford with my band, the Fancy Chaps. We will be playing My Brain Won't Shut the F Up as well, or attempting to, because we've not had a chance to practice it. I'm just assuming they're going to be able to pick it up fairly easily. But it'd be lovely to see you at either of those shows over the next month or so. And that's about it for me for this week. Hopefully see you out and about, or joining my Patreon community if you fancy that kind of thing. If not, stay safe, and until next time, toodle pip.